Hello and welcome back to Black History Story. What if I told you a man once built his own coffin, carried it through his town, and 3 months later he was buried in it? This is not a story about death, it's a story about a country that asks a man to defend it, but refused to let him use a bathroom. This is sad. His name was Sammy Younge. At just 18 years old, he stood aboard the USS Independence during one of the most dangerous moments in human history, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Nuclear war was minutes away, and Sammy was helping protect America. Sammy wasn't just a soldier, he was a young black man from Tuskegee, Alabama, born into a family that believed in education, discipline, and possibility. His father worked at a VA hospital and his mother was a teacher. He had opportunities many didn't. He even attended school over 1,000 miles away in Massachusetts, in the same town where W.E.B. Du Bois was born. But despite all that, America still had rules for people who looked like him. After about a year in the Navy, Sammy lost a kidney. He was discharged in 1964. He came home weaker in body but stronger in purpose. In 1965, everything was changing and Sammy stepped right into the storm. He marched from Selma to Montgomery. He worked alongside civil rights leaders in Mississippi. He helped register black voters. He was beaten, was arrested, he was threatened. I didn't stop because Sammy believed in something simple. If the law says you have rights, then those rights should mean something. Then in October 1965, Sammy did something unforgettable. He built a coffin, empty door. He wrote 2 words on a sign, Alabama Justice. Then he and dozens of students carried that coffin through the streets of Tuskegee to a conference monument. They were protesting a brutal truth. A white man had killed a civil rights worker and walked free. No justice, no consequences, just silence. Sammy carried that empty coffin like a warning, or maybe like a prophecy. January 3rd, 1966, Sammy had spent the entire day doing what he always did, registering black voters. Over 100 people that day alone. That night, just before midnight, he stopped at a gas station. He needed to use the restroom. That's where the story returns. The attendant told him to use the black bathroom in the back. Sammy refused, not with violence, not with anger, just with dignity. He wanted to use the restroom that the law said he now had the right to use. The man pulled a gun. There was an argument. Witnesses watched. And then there was gunshots. Sammy tried to escape, tried to hide. But the second shot killed him. He died on the sidewalk in the same town where he was born. And he was just 21 years old. The man who killed him was arrested and then released. Months later, an all-white jury took just an hour to decide his fate. Not guilty. Just like that. The same justice Sammy had written on that coffin. But something changed after Sammy died. Thousands marched. Students flooded the streets. They returned to that same Confederate monument, the one Sammy used as a stage. This time, they painted it. They wrote 2 words across it, Sam Young. Because if the system wouldn't remember him, they would make sure the world did. Sammy's death didn't just spark protest. It changed the movement itself. The Students Nonviolent Coordinating Committee,— did something no major civil rights group had done before. They publicly opposed the Vietnam War. Why? Because they saw the connection, a country sending young men to fight for freedom abroad while denying it at home. And Sammy's name was at the center of that message. Today, Sammy Younge's name is carved into the Civil Rights Memorial in Montgomery, but the monument he protested, it still stands in the town that is now overwhelmingly black, on a land that was once reserved for white people only. And that coffin, the one he carried through the streets, it was never just a protest. It was a question, a challenge, a warning. Because Sammy Younge didn't die for asking too much. He died for asking for something simple: dignity. He defended the country from nuclear war, but that same country couldn't defend him from a bathroom door. That's real. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and see you in the next video if you like Black history stories.